Start like ball high, pretty face guy like, bro, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. So my daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. These women love me, bro, they trying to me.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right to the air is Burrow. And his first pass is incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at the Steeler defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. To the right side and intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Here we go. You good?
Our first carry for Najee Harris.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now Fields. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get him the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road, you're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's get set. Don.
Burrow now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Fine, ready?
2nd and 20.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Fields. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Hey, going out. We're going out. Here we go, son.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to throw. Fields. Forced out to his left. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Fields now to throw.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers add 6 to their lead.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Yoshivas.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow.
Over the middle here to Brown.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Bengals sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience,
here we go,
all on display in that victory.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
Able to push his way through. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Brown going to be They stop before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
In the backfield by himself is Brown, second and goal.
Gun. Cut. 12.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Moore, the man in motion. Off play action, Fields. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Fields. Got his man. It's Warren. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
From the 2 now, second and goal. In motion left, the tight end. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Higgins goes in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know, the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Here we go. Go.
To throw is Fields. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here we go, son.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Right.
Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Hey, what? Right.
Now it's Fields.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Out, let's go. Here we go, son.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got this to Pickens.
And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
On 1, ready?
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
11, Thomas.
And Chase will go in motion left.
Now Burrow.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores. Just
now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now Fields. Finds Pickens outright.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go. Eleven.
They'll start on the ground with Moss.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Here we go.
from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On one, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow will throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
This one complete to Yoshibas.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This will be caught by Brown.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
42 yards.
And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Hey. Here we go.
Fields now to throw. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. Down the sideline he goes.
And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 2 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
You got a mini basin. One tonight.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go, son. Go.
Here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Second and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
From midfield now, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's get set.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays. And
now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
On the give, this is Harris. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third down and 13. In motion, the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Fields. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Extend. Right.
To throw is Fields. Completes this one to Pickens. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Go.
Now it's Fields. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
pushing his way through. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
On 2, ready?
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
Here we go.
at their own 28-yard line.
Stop.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
Gun. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Here's 3rd and 7. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A short throw there pulled in by All. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That one caught by All, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Pittsburgh, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 5-3 with